I had told him that it was on my desk, but
I want to see if he has the.
it's taxes. Everybody wants to forget about it. Okay, good.
Yeah, you can ask him.
Good.
He's gone. Let's see if he. Hey, Dale.
Yes.
Do you have that little stuff with you? You want to hand it out to him?
Therefore. So, the only thing we gotta do is figure out when he starts
Thanks,
to
sir.
do that. We'll put it in the
How are you
payroll.
doing?
That's how long.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
I got in here before it rained.
And then,
Thank you, sir.
we need to let the insurance company know too.
Thank you.
But I'm telling you that so
Thank
that
you.
I can forget it and you can remind me.
Thanks.
Mhm.
Thanks, man.
What can I do? Nope, nope, not yet.
Appreciate it. It's been a week.
Cool.
All right, we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, let's start with a roll call, please.
Ryan Hartley,
Here.
Bill Niemeyer,
Here.
Chad Melinda,
Here.
Terry Reed,
Here.
Ethan Maple.
Present. Moving to claims, do I hear a motion on the approval of APVs number 28811 through 28862?
I'll make a motion that we approve APVs number 28811 through 28862 as provided in our backup materials.
I'll second that motion.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Moving on to the approval of SRF claims 28824 through 28825. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve SRF claims 28824 through 28825.
Second.
Moved by Ryan, seconded by Terry. Do I hear any discussion on those? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And now to the adoption of minutes. The adoption of minutes of town council from February 18th, 2026.
I'll make a motion.
Hang on.
Yep.
There's some, three places it says, it refers to Ethan Lawson, and I believe it should say Ethan Maple
In the minutes.
in the minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll make a motion and then we'll get it seconded, then it'll be open for discussion.
There you go.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from our February 18th, 2026 meeting.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Yes. 6.3, 7.1, and 7.2 need to be Ethan Maple instead of Ethan Lawson. Got that?
I'll get it corrected.
Okay. Thanks.
I'm not offended, by the way.
Could have been a worse.
It could be worse. There could definitely be a worse Ethan.
Any other discussions?
No.
All right, with those amendments made, all those in favor say aye.
Aye. Thank you, Terry, for making that note.
It's Terry.
The next item on our agenda is public comments for items on the agenda. There's a 3-minute limit, and this is for items that are on the agenda. All right. Moving on to new business, we have a salary ordinance correction for 2026. Salary ordinance 030426
You wanna talk
amended.
about that? We made a mistake in the salary ordinance the first time we made it. We had missed that there had been a adjustment mid-year in the payroll for Jim and for Steve. And then when we added the 2% and then divided it by 27 pay periods, we missed that interim adjustment. So that caused it to not be correct, and we corrected it in this salary ordinance version. So your decisions that we had talked about in the budget and what you had approved and whatever, that had already been done. That was all good. It was our numbers in the paper that were not correct.
Clerical correction to what we have already approved. Got it. All right, do I hear a motion on the amendment to the salary ordinance?
I'll make a motion that we approve the amendment to salary ordinance for, well, it'd be salary ordinance 030426.
I'll second that motion.
Moved by Ethan, second by Bill. Are there any further discussions?
Only one. Is this one that we do we do it on the first read?
You can do it on first reading, so
With a motion to do so on the first read?
that's fine.
Then I would like to make a motion that we consider this amended ordinance on first read.
I'll second that motion too.
Thank you.
Any objections?
None.
Any discussions?
None.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, that passes on the first reading.
Do we have to go back and do it again? We're good? All right.
Just taking care of us.
I like it.
Thanks, Z. All right,
Thanks.
next thing on the agenda is the Dragon's Den. Come on up. Yep.
Hello, I'll can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, that's just
This-
getting sound for anybody watching at home. It's just my mom, so don't worry about it.
All right, perfect. Good deal. So I'll introduce myself. My name is Tyler Wolf. My wife and I moved to New Pal in 2020. And have 3 kids here, 2 that are going to Brandywine, 3-year-old little girl, and that's not kids for us. But, one of the things that we've talked about doing over the last couple of years is starting some kind of organization or charity that would give underprivileged kids the opportunity to be kids, not have to worry about adult responsibilities like financials. And so we put together a 501c3 charity organization in November. And the goal of it is to support any financially support any family or child in the community that might require a little extra help. And so, like I said, we started that in November, and in December we actually got enough funding to pay off all the negative school lunches at all 6 schools, which was great. And not looking for a pat on the back there, but I at least want to let you guys know what we're doing with the money that is coming in. Another thing we did was sponsored a bunch of families, a handful of families through the school, and bought the Christmas gifts for the kids. When families were struggling, they'd reached out to guidance counselors at the schools. We talked to some of the guidance counselors to pair up some families with some other families in the community that were willing to step up and help somebody in need. So we did that. That was a good success. We have a lot of other things that we want to do, and to kind of further helping, we put together a fundraiser. It's actually this Saturday, the 7th. It's a purse bingo. It's at the Lions Club. We've partnered with the Lions Club. They've done a lot for us and helped us out a lot. but we've gotten a good response from the community. There's 250 bingo players. So that was a great turnout. I was a little nervous how that was going to go at first, but it was a great turnout, and we're excited for it. But that'll be a nice fundraiser to bring in some capital to help support more families and continue to help folks in the community. Reason for coming in today was, I think you guys did a sponsorship, some sponsorship meetings on your last town council meeting. So I missed that one. I was actually at the Legion doing a meeting with them, and they helped us out and were able to sponsor. Started a little partnership there with them as well. But my goal here today is to see if there's any potential partnership, sponsorship here with the town, and see if we can't continue to do some of these things for the families in the community that might need some extra help. So that's kind of what we're doing. And there's a lot of things that we're working on, like a coat drive. We're putting that together for next winter. Any kid that doesn't have a coat, or holy coat, maybe needs a new coat, right? We're going to have a safe place for them to go to pick out a coat, right? So another thing that I want to do is create kind of a safe space for some of these parents. It's not easy to admit when you're struggling. So we have a website that we put together. It's kind of a safe space for a family to reach out to us without broadcasting across the community that I'm struggling. So those are kind of the things that we're doing now, and we'd like to keep it going. And like I said, we've got so far got a lot of positive feedback. So just want to kind of put that out there.
Is there a certain dollar amount you're hoping for, or sponsorship levels, or anything like that?
No. For the bingo, a lot of the businesses in town, we were asking them to sponsor it. And I think designer purses are expensive. I would never carry it, obviously. My wife doesn't carry them either. But that sponsorship for just a game was, $250, $350, or $500. Again, I realize that's crazy. But we've had 10 local businesses between contractors, restaurants, the American Legion, and a couple other businesses. They've all come together and they've sponsored each one of those games for that. So my ask today, I don't have a number, because anything that comes our way is going to get put out and back into the community for these types of families. So anything would be awesome. And if it's zero, then
What's your
drawing? But
Tyler? What's the area in which you are helping families in? Do you have boundaries? Are you specific to New Powell School District, or
Yes.
what is your target?
So it is specific to New Powell School District, but I did get a question the other day at the American Legion. It's easy to see the needs for kids that are in school. The kids that aren't in school, there's no way for me to find out how they're doing, if they need help. So that was a good question. It's a little tricky. But in terms of your question, it's specific to New Powell School.
And is your board of director consistent of you and your wife, or do
So-
you have others as well?
So we have a couple others. It's kind of tough to bring this. My wife and I bring it to life, and then we ask other folks to jump on board right away. Here, go do this, go do that. So finding the board of directors was tough at first, but there has been some people in the community that have reached out and have asked to be on the board. And that board of directors is
How many do you have right now,
currently up,
including you and your wife?
including me.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments?
Do we have any real, I know at the last meeting, I think we had $6,000 in community support. We had 7,500 in community outreach. Is there any money left available to help out?
You
with-
have some money available.
it seems this is something we literally talked about last meeting that we hoped people would do, would come to the council or come to the town and ask for help. So, it seems like Dragon's Den is doing a good job getting out in the community and helping people. I would entertain the idea, if the rest of the council would, on maybe supporting and helping the cause.
Yeah. Do you have all the bingo games paid for already?
There's one that's not paid for. So we have 9 businesses that have sponsored. There's one that's not paid for. But there's other businesses that have donated what they could, right? So I put a couple of their names in. So they're technically all paid for, but one of the games is multiple businesses.
What is on your vision board right now of something that you see as a need that you would like to impact?
School lunch is a big one. I just like a lot of other folks grew up with very little and going to school with no lunch money and getting that brown paper sack with peanut butter jelly and a water. It can be embarrassing to your peers that aren't getting that, right? So I felt that was a big one, was the school lunch.
I can appreciate that.
And then I also, my kids, like I said, I have a 6 and a 7-year-old that gets.
I do it for you.
All right, there it was.
6, 7. No?
I
Okay.
actually.
My kids would be proud.
I have a 7 and a 6.
Okay.
Is that better? But I coach their sports teams, and I see kids that have the things that other kids don't, like maybe some cleats, maybe there's holes in their cleats, or their glove is got holes in it, they can barely catch baseballs, or even on the football side. So I see even the sporting on the sporting side of it too, where kids could probably use a little better updated equipment. And one of the things that we're doing there is we're going to put together something with the town. Like, hey, if you have some leftover equipment from your kids being in sports, that's something that we're going to try to gather a bunch of that and get that to QIL and the football organization. But outside of some of those things, there's a lot of needs. I think the coach thing is something that is important.
Do you partner with other nonprofits to just kind of be able to identify some of those? And if so, how is that going? Like, what nonprofits are you working with in town?
So the Education Foundation, we've been in communication with them on partners and things. Like I said before, this is very, very new to us. We've only been here for a couple of months, so we're trying to figure out where all those needs are. But the Education Foundation is one of them that we're setting a meeting up with to talk with them. There's things that they see and sponsor, and there's things that we see and sponsor and partner with them. But outside of those two things, or outside of that, there's not been any discussion yet of any nonprofit partnerships. But that's because it's so.
Right. I think it's always good when we have our nonprofits, because not all the nonprofits are doing the same thing, and sometimes they can work together and hand in hand to try to accomplish something bigger than they could on their own.
Yeah.
I think they. Sorry.
I was going to make a motion, but if you have something to say prior
No, I
to
just
that.
think the interesting aspect here is it's focused on kids in our school system.
Yes.
Right? So I think there's a lot of nonprofits that are focused on different aspects, to your point. I think this one's geared towards, kids that may not have everything. Like, there are a lot of different socioeconomic statuses within this community, and I think it's a great thing that you're doing. So I'll pause and let you make your motion.
My motion would be that we support the Dragon's Den at $750, and I would just add a ask on top of that, that you come back and share with us in some way, shape, or form how that was used to impact the community.
I'll second that.
Ethan made a motion and Ryan seconded to donate $750 to the Dragon's Den. Any further discussion?
Sounds like Ethan knows the price of a designer handbag.
Even though I
He was about to sell his.
You
but
know what?
decided he would let us, donate.
I was trying to figure out how much. I don't think that if we're donating, we should define what that is. However, I would say that I am less enthusiastic about funding fundraisers than I am seeing the money go to directly impact the community versus raising funds to do so. So I would prefer that if we're putting tax money out into the community, that it's going directly to impact the community in line with your mission. But I'm not going to define how you do that.
And thank you for what you're doing.
Yes.
All right, we need to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, that passes. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks, Tyler.
So Tyler, can we get together after the meeting to give us the information on where to send it? And
Moving on to the Town Center
Talk to
Project
one-
LOI ratio contract. Dale, I'll kick it to you.
For having me. Also with me is Chris Boardman from Ratio. So you have seen the Ratio contract here before. We've just made some minor updates because last time you saw it was in August. So we have a new board president. We have the dates changed. We just updated that. Also, some more discoveries gone on since then. We updated the acreage. There's really no substantive changes to the document itself, just cleaning up some of those ends. But like I mentioned, Chris Boardman's here with me as well. If there's any questions on that, the new document that's with me today, I didn't draft this. This came from our attorneys, but is a letter of intent. This is to allow the town to start talking with Alana Group LLC about potential either public-private partnership. This is a letter of intent. It's essentially establishing our ground rules for how we intend to engage with this developer. It's not binding, but it is very thought out. Thinking about how is TIF going to be potentially entertained, how who's going to be doing design, what's the site, what does the town need in terms of infrastructure and land. Really just getting both parties to the table. Now, this will all be fleshed out through the process of master planning with Ratio. So once we understand what we're really trying to put forth on the property, we can actually put real numbers to it and understand the pro forma both for the town and for our developer. That will have to be an open book conversation with our developers of that. But this establishes that framework. It's here for your consideration tonight. So happy to answer any questions. And said Ratio is also here to answer any questions on that.
So to put this in words that I would understand, this LOI provides the framework for us to begin discussions with a developer.
Correct. This sets our legal framework for how we will engage, but the individual terms are all subject to verification and review as we go through the process.
Makes sense.
I'll add just the conversations that we've had to get to this particular point, the counsel we've had with Envoy and our legal department, and the discussions with potential developers. I just appreciate kind of the conversation and how we got to this particular point. I believe this creates a good framework for us to get the ball rolling. I'm excited if we can move forward on this LOI because then we're going to start being able to see how things are going to actually look and function and become something more than just words on a piece of paper. And I'm pretty excited about that process.
Very much so.
Yeah, I'd like to echo what Ethan said. It's taken some time to get to this point, but I'm excited to keep the ball rolling and momentum rolling on this, and look forward to what kind of information this leads us to.
This is the first time of many that this will be in front of this council in some way, shape, or form. This just starts our road.
Yeah,
We'll still have budgetary considerations, we'll still have zoning, we'll still have master plan stuff. There's many decision points ahead of us.
this is very much a living document moving forward. We know there's a lot of things that are going to change in this. But that being said, I would like to make a motion to enter into this letter of intent agreement, and I think we'll do the ratio contract separate.
I'll second that motion.
Okay.
Moved by Ryan, seconded by Bill. Any further questions?
The only comment I would add is just for our town and for those who are here or Chad's mom.
She doesn't actually watch, but I just say that.
I think this helps us get to the place where we will know what we don't know.
Yep.
And there's a lot of things that we don't know, but those pieces are still yet to be determined. And so as our town is eagerly anticipating some of the conversations that we've had with the town council, this gives us the framework to start discovering some of those pieces.
Awesome. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Great.
I'd like to make a motion that we enter into the ratio agreement contract for master planning.
I'll second that motion as well.
Moved by Ryan, seconded by Bill. Any further discussions on that? All those in favor say aye.
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 All right. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I just offer, we see contracts, but not everybody who's out there sees a contract. And I would just let those who have not seen this contract, what we approved from Ratio was a contract of about $99,500 to help with master planning, concept design services, all the pieces that are included in that. We also have had a previous commitment from our redevelopment commission to help offset some of those costs. And so for those of you who are here, that's kind of what we're looking at as we get the ball rolling on this master plan concept.
Thank you. Next is continued council conversations. Employee benefits is tabled for now. Bill's taking a crack at that, and we'll have more conversations on that going forward.
We also skipped over that.
I did skip something that we're going to run back to, which is old business for ordinance staggering, which we don't have additional information for.
So Mr. Lawson reached out to me, and as you know, that everything ended Friday. All the lobbying and hoopla and all the excitement ended Friday. So, and I spoke with Lisa Lofgren last week as well. So I should be talking to Mr. Lawson and Lisa Lofgren in the upcoming week or weeks. I imagine Zach is going to be involved in those conversations to find out how House Bill 1055 is going to affect us moving forward on the election cycle. So once we find out on our end, we can share that with the rest of the council, and we can figure out how to do this, what steps we need to take moving forward, if that makes sense or not. So we'll come back to this.
My understanding was that House Bill 1055 did not make it out of session. Is that incorrect?
I believe so.
Taking a look at that. The way it was drafted was that cities or towns of more than 10,000 could opt out of that
Correct.
election change. Obviously, we do not keep that. So, as it stands now, if that did in fact make it out of legislation and made it to the governor's desk, we would be required to move municipal elections to even years.
Yeah, so if that happened, we just need to find out how that's going to affect
It
us.
didn't pass, right?
My understanding was that I didn't see,
It didn't pass the full Senate floor.
I don't
No, it did not. We need to see how this affects us staggering the terms moving forward. So I'm waiting to hear from Mr. Lawson and Lisa Lofgren on this.
I had put another feeler out to Ms. Lofgren and did not hear back, but
I talked to her and told her, and she said she was waiting for
that makes sense.
so she said she'll reach out after that.
So we'll figure this out and then we'll move forward.
Yep, so we will table that.
We have till the end of the year, so
We do, but,
no reason to rush. We want to make sure we get all our ducks in a row for this.
yep, do it right.
Any other continued council conversations that
Yes, I'd like to bring up the logo. We got that information from Blue Sky.
we did?
And would you like to vote on it tonight? I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda for this action item to vote on this. Since we've been given all the information and Blue Sky had presented a couple times, I know, to Jim and myself, and a couple times to the stakeholders. I think, and they attended Summerfest and got all their information, gathered a lot of that information last year. And so they have put in a lot of time for what we're paying. And so I just didn't think that they needed to come back out for another presentation, since we were given these two options coming from the stakeholders. And I know that we're kind of chomping at the bit to get this underway, so instead of waiting till next meeting,
I'll second that motion. That way it gets it
do you want
to
a
a
copy
position
of
for
this?
discussion. Well, I've seen them.
Okay.
And just, my input would be, I have sufficient information that I would be prepared to vote between the two proposed logos. And also, I would like to commend everybody for the efforts in revising and coming up with these two. Just my own personal opinion. I think they're much more attractive than prior versions. So I appreciate all the work, because it's, when you're dealing with something that's artistic, what one person really likes, maybe the next person doesn't. So it's not an easy process to get to this point. So I don't want to drag it out any longer than we have to.
My only comment is what else is still due out with our package?
There's a video that will accompany this.
Okay.
What is it, a 3-minute video? 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah.
Focus on the video of the town, so.
I think my thoughts are that we would want them to come back. If the logo is the next step to allow them to do the rest of it so they can come back and present the rest, I would be okay with that.
I think the video, they've already shot most of their video. They went to certain residents, businesses and
They
things
need
like that,
to
so.
tag whatever we pick here onto that video to make the final, right? Okay.
My only concern is that I think it deserves kind of a recognition, or at least a heads up for our community to be able to come to a meeting in which we're making that decision. I would prefer to have Lori here to share for our community. I know she's went to the stakeholders. She's had conversations with some of us, some of the town members, but a lot has changed since the last time she was in front of our council. And I think it's reasonable in terms of transparency and the conversations in our community that have been gone on against this logo. No one else knows that the stakeholder meetings have happened, and no one else knows where we're landing. And I think a formal presentation of the process that's gotten us to this point is reasonable for our community to hear.
But they don't have a vote on it.
Well, my
That would be nice.
perspective is it's not always about who has a vote, but it's about transparency and making sure our community has as much information as they can based on the decisions that we're faced with. So that's just my perspective.
I think it's just gonna get down to council vote. I mean, we could present the
Yeah, but can we see it?
We can see, at this point, council's decision to make it, it's A or B. A,
But we haven't seen A or B.
It is council decision, and it lies within us. I'm from a council, like that's me. I'm a council person. I much prefer having that next meeting if we can, to have it so it's on the agenda, so that the community knows that that's what we're discussing and what's going to be in front of us, and that Lori's here to offer any thoughts or perspective on how we got to this place. So I get it that we get to make the decision. I'm not afraid to make the decision, but I do feel like part of my responsibility is making sure our community has as much information as they can while we're doing so.
I wonder if there's a way that we could do that. I know that Blue Sky has exceeded their time. If we were paying them $60,000, then sure, but we're not, and we've gone beyond what they said, what we're going to pay them, the time frame.
Based on-
What about if we put the two options on our website, broadcast it? We don't need to require Blue Sky to come back to the next meeting, but put it on the agenda so that if anybody has any, hard feelings that they want to share about it, welcome any input. And so maybe what we do is we maybe do the best of both worlds. Show those two options and vote at the next meeting. I'm okay with that as well.
And if we believe that Blue Sky, has done too much work to come to a meeting again, then maybe they would be willing to offer a explanation of the process, or someone on our team could write up an explanation of the process so that can be shared and presented whenever we choose to vote on it.
And maybe they could give some input, but without requiring them to be here. Unlike prior logos where there was a lot of explanation of what this color meant and what this direction, and I don't need that. I mean, I can look at the two and say which of the two I prefer.
Yeah. I will say we've been trying to coordinate something with Blue Sky in terms of this stage for the last 3 to 4 months to get to this place. And there just hasn't been an ability to coordinate. Did Blue Sky mention that they don't want to come back, or is that just
no.
trying to
No, I was just being
streamline?
No, I was just being respectful of their time, and I know Jim, we talked to them quite a bit, and we both feel that.
Is our contract with them based on hours, or is it based on?
I need a flat fee.
It was a
flat fee.
flat fee based on what they're producing,
But I
right?
think
we
they
have
did kind
we
of
have a
say,
general interest right here. We've got council. It could be shown, and you could put this back out onto the next agenda, and we probably won't have this many people.
The motion, the motion, the way I understand it, as it was made, was simply to amend the agenda to put this on there so that we could take action on that. I would vote no on that particular motion, if it comes to, because I'd like to see it on our next agenda and we can have the communication pieces between now and then.
So the motion was to add the logo to our current agenda.
Just so we
To
could
vote
have the
on.
discussion that we've already had.
Right.
So
That was by Terry. Was it second?
It was seconded by Bill.
yeah, I'm seconding that.
Seconded by Bill. Yep, you are. You're doing a great job.
Mr. Second.
All right. Well, to address that motion, all those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed?
No.
All right. This carries, so we will add it to our agenda. And on our newly added agenda to vote on the logos for the town of New Palestine, there's option D and option H. And I don't know the best way to do a vote on two different options.
Well, I think H is with the light post and
Yes.
the
Yeah.
other is without.
It would be nice if we could see it.
I'm working
Can
on
we-
that.
Here, oh, okay.
It's supposed to be a quick meeting.
How you gonna try to get that up there, Chad?
Connect it to his computer.
You've got it up there? Okay.
How do it? Right here?
Yes.
Easy day. Let's do
I
it.
don't know.
Do it live.
Let's try.
Where is
Yeah, the
Scott?
one time you're on here, right?
The one time.
See flashing lights, but not much else. Am I doing this wrong?
My typewriter wouldn't have worked here.
There you go.
I know how to use it.
Can you enlarge those?
Goodness. No, I can't. I don't know. I might be able to control.
He's like, no, I
Might
can't
be able
enlarge
to
it.
control from over here. All right. Option D is this beautiful logo over here. Option H adds a little color and this light post here.
And I think if you read in the reporter, the Mount Comfort Corridor is adding signs, and they're talking about McCordsville and New Palestine, and each has a symbol to designate who's who. And so what they've done for New Palestine is they've added a lamppost. So that's why I think it would be cohesive to have something with the lamppost.
It certainly fits Main Street.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Needs no explanation.
exactly. Yeah.
We get a lot of compliments on our lights. People, our Main Street looks nice, so to have us, without the light through Main Street,
No, I'll make a motion, we choose option H.
I'll second that motion.
All right. The motion to adopt option H as our town logo has been made by Ryan and seconded by Bill, who's seconding everything today. So great job. All those in favor say aye.
I
Oh, sorry. We open it up
Discussion.
for discussion. Go
My
ahead.
bad.
no, that's okay. I think either of these logos will serve our town well. And so I appreciate the work that was done in them. However, I will be voting no because I do think it deserves another meeting on the agenda.
Understood. I sent this out to everybody who gave me an email the last time, and they liked this a lot better. It was mixed between both, and the reasonings were interesting. Some people didn't like the color, other people liked the lamppost, but I prefer the lamppost. All right. All those in favor of adopting option H for our town logo, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
No.
All right, and that passes. Legal updates.
Oh, I had something else.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Community Cleanup Day, also known as Dumpster Day. I was just trying to get a better name. I had the discussion with Jim. We talked about potentially having it June 27th and increasing it from 4 dumpsters last year to 6 this year. We'll start advertising earlier. I think last year we only advertised it like 2 or 3 weeks before. And so if we start earlier, I think we'll get a better response. And along those lines, Jim and I are discussing this with Zach. He's going to be working on composing a letter discussing the properties violating unwholesome environmental conditions to clean up. And then,
To preempt.
yes, preempt, yes.
Do we have a date that we
June
want to start
27th.
communicating all of that?
Do not.
Okay. ongoing.
tuned.
It was a huge success last year. I volunteered and helped out a little bit, and it wore me out. So it was a huge success, though.
I was unable to lift anything at that time.
No. Boating accident?
No pontoon building before
No
this.
pontoon boating. Thank you for that, Ryan. I appreciate it. Any other continued council conversations?
So Zach, when do you think you might have like a preempt letter that we could start working?
Well, I first need the pending properties identified, and then I need the violation that they're,
Attached to them.
I need what violation they're offending.
Well, I think we're gonna use that rubbish, I think that's our big,
Yeah, it goes with most of them. Some of it doesn't. So
okay.
your code states that before you can really take any action, you need to specifically identify what code violation is on the property. So we need to identify the property's address, owners, and then we need to have a code citation, what specifically they're in violation of.
So it's not one letter fits all?
Nope.
All right, get it.
But you could do it in, like, if you have two main things, yeah, you could just say, okay, these are all the houses for this one, these are all houses for this one. Send those out. Hey, by the way, here we're also adding our flyer for dumpster day, and here's your chance.
Yeah.
Contact Bill and Ryan to lift all the heavy things for you.
I will be pontooning
Okay. All right.
around June.
On to department reports. Jim.
Nothing, Papa John's did come in, get a permit today, so that's gonna be the first build out. I think the landscaping on that, property is gonna be, was it 3 weeks? So that's gonna be nice. With Pekovic, it looks like probably that first, meeting in May, we might have some, plans in front of us, approved by the hospital, so looking forward to that. I know they're working really, really hard on it, so it's, yeah, that's a good thing.
Is there any movement on the Kroger conversation?
There's no movement there yet. Yeah. It's a slow walk for sure. Yeah.
Got it.
And then we attended the wastewater treatment plant meeting yesterday,
We did,
and
yes.
they're moving right along, even though they had a few days that they couldn't work last month. And they should be doing the backstroke with this weather.
Yeah.
But they're pleased with their still on target for the August
Yep.
date.
So there's a lot of stuff there now.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Looks like
just
a big wall.
kind of fine.
Might have to paint it
tuning
or
the-
something.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
And the sewer department has taken delivery of their truck. Is that correct?
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
that's
that's true. We've got a beautiful truck. back
very
there
nice
at
truck.
their house, Yeah.
Ethan wants to run the crane. Can we work
Yeah.
that out at some point?
Well,
Yes, I do.
Ethan wants to run a lot of things. So I will say that the sign, the speed sign, we're waiting for the, jack for the trailer. Once that comes in,
Supposed to
it's
come
all
in on
put
Friday.
together. It's all charged up. It's ready to go.
I'm excited.
So,
We're ready to deploy it
Yeah.
to your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
And back to the truck, was it Kyle that found that truck for that price?
Yeah.
Hats
He
off to
just
him.
did get
It's,
his fourth quote in. I think that came in at 204,000.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I
good.
think it was a very good price. I mean,
yeah.
that's pretty loaded.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Chief.
Really have nothing other than I got an email just the other day. The 2026 Hancock Flat 50, the bike ride, that's talking about coming through New Pal this year. Or kind of around New Pal, but go across 300 South. We were supposed to have a meeting coming up that got canceled, but I think they're rescheduling it to try to find out. General map of what they're planning on doing, but I didn't know if you guys as county got any notification on it yet or not.
We work with them every year.
So it's coming. I think they said August 29th is the day they're shooting for.
I know a guy. We'll get more info from that guy. Perfect. That's awesome. Thank you. Yvonne.
I got a phone call from John Heder. He is with Congressman Shreve, and they asked about doing setting up some office hours here in Town Hall. That's happening on March the 12th from approximately 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And we'll set them up in probably in the conference room, or maybe even right in here. But so somebody from Congressman Shreve's office will be holding office hours here for anybody who's interested in speaking with them.
What's that time again? March 12th? What time?
Between 10 and 12.
Okay. Thank you.
And that's really all I have at the moment.
Outstanding. All right, we will move on to public comments. Any topic, 5 minutes. If you have something you'd like to talk about, please come up to our microphone so my mom can hear you and tell us your name and address, please. I'm going to tell her she has to start watching that. All right. We will move on to council comments. Tara, you're up first.
Great. All I have is March birthdays, Trey, and our attorney Zach has a birthday this month.
She knows things.
It was in discussion, and you have the same birthday as one of my grandsons. So
Happy birthday.
that's
All
all.
right. Is that it?
And
Bill?
thank you for entertaining all my ideas.
You are welcome. And Bill.
Thank you. I'll be very brief. I know Ethan's probably very modest and he definitely would not mention this, so I will for him or about him. But Ethan's son, Andrew, received a Lilly Scholarship to Wabash College, which is a full ride scholarship. There are only 3 countrywide given, and his son was one of the 3 recipients. So that is really, really, really a neat accomplishment. So I just want to note that in the record, and congratulations to Andrew
Thank you.
Congratulations.
and your whole family.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And your pocketbook.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, I don't have much. Excited for Bakovic to come in and share that with us. I think that's the next step in continuing to control and have positive growth in our town, which is a lot of the discussions that we're having today. I also know that Mr. Bakovic also partnered with the Dragon's Den and helped you fund a lot of those negative lunch balances. So continue to enjoy his partnership, not only with the town, but inside of our town, taking care of things. So that's awesome. So that's all I have. Ethan.
We have a council chat Friday, first Friday of the month. So there's a council chat. We'll do it at Tia's again at 8 a.m. I don't know if anybody on the council is free and would like to join me at Tia's.
If nobody else will, I certainly will. Best biscuits and gravy in town.
All right. Bill will be there. I'll make sure you get the graphic tomorrow morning so that we can put that out on social media. The only other thing I have is I would just like to invite our community to the community night for the New Pal Guard and Winter Percussion. They are combining their community performance night also with a chili cook-off. So that is March 12th at 6 p.m. is the chili cook-off. So you can get great desserts and great chili and have some fun at that, and then stick around for the performances that start at 7:30. Our Winter Percussion group has won first the last 2 competitions, so they're excited for the season and doing well, as is all of our winter arts performances. That's all I have.
Ryan.
Happy birthday, Zach. Congratulations to Ethan and Andrew. That's it. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
Ryan and Bill made those motions. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Adjourn.